my fiancé announced, I'm keeping my apartment after we marry just in case. I just smiled and said smart thinking. Then I withdrew my offer on our dream house and signed a bachelor pad lease. Her realtor called her with some unexpected news the next morning. I met Sarah 3 years ago at a coffee shop. She spilled her latte all over my laptop and felt so bad she bought me a new one. We started dating a week later. Everything was perfect until we started house hunting last month. We've been looking at places for weeks, going to open houses every weekend. Finally found this amazing 3-bedroom house in a great neighborhood. Good schools, big backyard, close to both our jobs. I put in an offer that same day. Sarah seemed excited about it. We talked about which room would be the nursery, where we'd put the Christmas tree, all that future planning stuff. Then last Tuesday, we're having dinner at her apartment when she brings up something weird. She goes, I've been thinking, I should probably keep this place after we get married. I'm chewing my pasta and I'm like, why would you need 2 places? She gets this nervous look and says, well, you know, just in case things don't work out. Just in case. Those 3 words hit me like a truck. I put down my fork and asked what she meant. Sarah starts explaining how her parents got divorced and her mom had nothing because she'd given up her apartment. How it's just smart planning to have a backup. How it doesn't mean she doesn't love me. It's just being practical. I'm sitting there thinking about the house I just offered on. The one we picked out together. The one where we planned our whole future. And she's already planning her exit strategy. I didn't yell or argue. Just nodded and said, you know what? That's actually really smart thinking. You should definitely keep it. She looked relieved, like she'd been worried I'd freak out. We finished dinner and I went home. That night I couldn't sleep. Kept thinking about how I was about to tie up all my money in a house with someone who was keeping 1 foot out the door. The next morning, I called my realtor, told him to withdraw the offer on the house. He asked if something was wrong and I just said, plans changed. Then I started looking at 1-bedroom apartments. Found this nice place downtown, great view, close to work, month-to-month lease, nothing permanent. Signed the papers that same afternoon. I didn't tell Sarah yet. Figured I'd wait and see if she noticed I wasn't talking about the house anymore. 2 days later, my phone rings at 7 inches the morning. It's Sarah and she's crying. Her realtor just called her. The sellers of our dream house had accepted another offer after I withdrew mine. Sarah's freaking out asking why I pulled out, saying she thought we wanted that house. I stayed calm and said, I did want it. But you're keeping your apartment just in case we don't work out, so I figured I should keep my options open too. She goes silent for like 10 seconds. Then she starts saying I'm being ridiculous, that keeping her apartment doesn't mean anything. I asked her, if it doesn't mean anything, why do you need it? She couldn't answer that. Started saying I was punishing her for being practical. I told her I wasn't punishing anyone. I was just being equally practical. If she's planning for us to fail, why would I invest everything in us succeeding? Sarah showed up at my place that night. She'd been crying, makeup all smeared, said she'd give up her apartment, that she was just scared and didn't mean it. But here's the thing, you can't unring that bell. She'd already shown me that she saw our marriage as a risk she needed insurance against. I told her I needed time to think, that I couldn't marry someone who was already planning our divorce. She kept saying she loved me, that she made a mistake, but I kept thinking about standing at an altar with someone who had a backup plan in her pocket. We're still engaged, technically, but I haven't moved back into talking about houses. Haven't canceled my bachelor pad lease. Sarah finally agreed to give up her apartment last week, said she'd do whatever it takes to prove she's committed. But now I'm the one who's not sure, because I can't stop wondering, if I hadn't pulled out of that house, would she have ever told me she was having doubts? Or would she have just married me with her escape route all planned out?